This video was brought to you by Stormberg, a better route planner, MisterGreen, Kempower and Marcus Bil. Yo, what's up? We are now sitting in a Tesla Model 3 Performance from Marcus Bil. Yes, shout out to him for lending me this car. And this is a 2022 Model 3 Performance. So, you know, I used to own a 2019. That was from March. Yeah, I don't know. Was it? You guys remember MC Hammer? Yeah. So that was from March 2019. So 3 years later, actually more than 3 years later, we are now sitting in the latest and greatest Model 3 Performance. And is it the same car? Well, from the outside, it might look like the same car, but I claim that lots of stuff has changed in here. So, for example, MC Hammer had a previous generation headlights, which weren't that great. Now we have way better headlights. The spread is awesome. The strength is awesome. And it seems to have some kind of matrix stuff that is not activated yet via software. But I guess one of the bigger upgrades is that versus the 2019 version, now we have better interior here. We have 2 wireless charging pads here. This is brilliant, the way they designed it, the way Tesla designed it like this. Once I got used to that, you can just take your phone here and just put it here and it will charge, and you can charge 2 phones simultaneously. It's just brilliant compared to all the other cars I've tested. It's kind of clumsy, you have to put it there, squeeze it in there, whatever, and mostly just 1 pad. Here we have 2 pads, why not? And what else is it that is different? Yeah, octovalve, heat pump, that one is big. Because MC Hammer is fairly efficient in summer, but in winter it kind of sucks a bit because you have no heat pump. You have to run the PTC heater, and it was doing some kind of not so smart things versus the way it works with the octovalve, where you manage the heat and you can recuperate. I was about to say recuperate, but you can keep the heat and manage it better, so you don't waste too much energy. And also when it comes to the comfort and the ride, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but we're just, oh man, we found a daily, yeah. No, but it's a much quieter ride, because that's one thing I've noticed with the Model 3 ever since I received it, was that it was kind of noisy. The soundproofing from the road was bad, but also the wind noise was significant. And it was even worse in the US version I tried. Oh, what the heck? It wants to slow down there. Okay, yeah, it's doing some weird shit with that motorcyclist. Normally we just hammer it, but I don't know if you can hear it. We even have 20-inch wheels now, low profile 20-inch wheels, and it's still fairly quiet in here. And we have acoustic glass in the front, at least, not in the rear, but here. And also, I think roughly last year, at some time last year, Tesla added some kind of spoiler or wing under the hood to deflect some airflow or something to improve soundproofing. I heard that it was mainly to reduce wind noise, and as a result of that, you can hear that we don't have too much wind noise. And now we just happen to drive on very smooth asphalt. They just slapped it down here a couple of weeks ago. So this is what you can expect in Netherlands or the French autoroute, where you have smooth asphalt. And it's very nice and quiet in here. And it was not the way it was. I mean, it wasn't like this 3 years ago. So Tesla has, over the years, perfected and refined the Model 3s to be better and better and better. If I try to drive the Model 3 or MC Hammer, the Model 3 I own, you will hear big difference. And you see, this is why do I keep mentioning this, because the whole soundproofing noise was, or maybe still is, one argument against Tesla. The reason why you shouldn't buy a Tesla, because you kind of need to shout to hear each other. But now it's not like that anymore. So, you know, people say, well, but the competitors, they're catching up with Tesla. Well, remember that Tesla is also catching up with the competitors in terms of premiumness, interior, quality, feel, reliability has been increased a lot also with the Model 3. There's almost no problems with Model 3. Like, I owned that Model 3 for 2 years and drove 80,000 kilometers, and I went to the service center twice. So I was like thinking, aren't things supposed to break soon? I guess not. Yeah, and then with this one, also one other thing I was annoyed about with the Model 3, my Model 3, was that the ride was harsh. But remember, it's a performance model, so it's supposed to be a harsh ride, right? Oh, that woman, or is it a guy? Okay, but and you can just have a lot of fun, and this car is so light, you can just toss it around corners and it goes like a freaking rocket. And I have to do it like this. Okay, let's do a little launch here. Oh shit. It's freaking brutal, man. Think about this. Okay, well, I had one point, which was the ride. Is that okay? It's a performance car. It's supposed to be hard ride, yes, but I heard that Tesla recently started softening up the Model 3 performance, because I think actually just maybe 6 months ago or 1 year ago, the ride was not like the one here. So I actually feel it too, and I heard several people say that they made the ride softer. So let me just try something here. If I do it like this, we'll have a car over there. It's an Ioniq 5. Okay. If I just try here, we have no cars near us. If I just do it like this, well, it feels a bit, it doesn't feel like a go-kart, that much go-kart, but you still have that sportiness. So compared to many other cars, then this is still quite sporty. But I like it. I like it a lot better because, to be honest, how many people buys a Model 3 Performance or other Performance or AMG or whatever you call them, right? The beefy version of whatever car. How many people buy the Performance version and goes on a track with it, right? I'm gonna show, by the way. This is kind of rough ass, but if I go on this lane, it's smooth ass. So I prefer the smooth ass, not the rough ass. So I think maybe just a tiny percentage buys a performance car to go tracking with it. So which means that why do you buy a performance car? Well, because you just want to have that brutal acceleration. And that's maybe why Tesla figured out that, okay, just gonna soften up the suspension a little bit, but still be quite sporty. And then we have better comfort. And I gotta say, man, even on 20-inch low profile tires, it handles well, it just goes smooth. It almost feel like you're driving a German car, but this is from Shanghai, by the way, yeah. So I'm just impressed. I'm just blown away by how much different this car is, just three years apart. And also when you talk about what you get here versus the competitors, so okay, I mentioned I made a video like this with the Model 3 SR Plus, and that one was also very good value for money, but it's not all-wheel drive, it has shorter range and so on. But this one charges at 250 kilowatt. By the way, I did 1,000 kilometer challenge with this. I wanted to see how much slower it was, because the previous time I had with the 1,000 kilometer challenge on the Performance was MC Hammer 2019 model, kind of outdated, funny, right? Outdated tech. And the old record was 955. And then this one did it in 915. It was just so much faster for several reasons. The car became slightly more efficient. We have more V3 superchargers, and the charging curve. Wait, how was this again? Yeah, something like that. I don't remember all the reasons, but it was just awesome how this car can do it in 915 and actually set a new record, until I have to break that record with a Model 3 long range again. So this just puts it in perspective that, the performance version of this Model 3 is actually, as of today, is the fastest on the 1,000 kilometer challenge. Can you believe that? Because normally when you look at other cars from legacy automakers, usually when you have the performance version, you will have beefier brakes. For example, the PP, the Polestar PP. Or if you have AMG, I don't remember what they put in there, but in general, you will have fatter tires and maybe bigger brakes. Bigger brakes are good, because that's actually one weak point of the Model 3. I heard that even the standard brakes from Tesla, the performance brakes, they still start fade a little bit. Maybe we need some kind of ceramic brakes, but you see, that's the problem, because with all the other performance cars, when you get fatter tires and so on, you of course get better braking performance, better cornering, but it then punishes the consumption. So all those performance versions, the AMG, the whatever, the GT versions, you then have higher consumption and lower range. But I measured with this car, you still get over 500 kilometers range, and you only take a tiny penalty, mainly because the tires here on the Performance, it's the same width as the standard, the long range, or the SR Plus even. So it's 245 width. It just has less rubber, and maybe, okay, it's harder than the ride would be softer if you have 18 or 19 inch on the non-performance. But you don't take that much penalty on consumption. But I guess as long as you use sticky tires, then you can still go fast on the track. And Tesla can get away with this kind of skinny tires, you would say, because it's so light, you know. Like all the other competitors, when you get those performance versions, they are so heavy, especially the German cars. This one weighs less than 2,000 kilograms, whereas the BMW i4 M50, that's the performance version, weighs 2,400 kilograms. Let's not even talk about the EQS. Well, EQS is not really a performance. Polestar 2, oh, I don't remember the weight of it, but I think it was also kind of heavy. But with this one, because it's so light, then even with these tires, it will still do it fine. And we have seen track times, you've seen it online. People go tracking with the Model 3 and it kicks ass for the Lord Elon Musk, the Almighty. Oh, you see, these are the short speed bumps at big and heavy, and it went over it fairly fine. So, okay, this is the Achilles heel of Tesla. 3-point turn. Yeah. It has the turning circle over a cruise ship. Yeah. But this is so much better. If I used MC Hammer with 20-inch wheels and I did this, okay, you see, when we go with a slight angle, this car, because it's like a sedan, it doesn't go much sideways like this. So I guess that's good. Let me see. Normally I would go over there. Chronicle. Okay, let's go here. I'm gonna do this. I usually do this at night, so it's 10 in the evening now, and it's so bright outside. Yes, I love the Nordic winters. Okay, let me see. Oh shit, we have some spectators there. This is the problem, because we have too many people. Thinking, oh, there's a lunatic driving around. Just want to try some. Okay, I had to go far enough so they don't see my license plate. Okay, let's see. Is it this kind of handling? Is it? That's awesome. But I feel like it's not as sharp as it used to be. It's just like a compromise. Okay, but to me, this is just fine, because I can just toss the car around corners and everything and enjoy it. And it just, because it's so light, then it's just so nimble, you know? Like, okay, let's just, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, I shouldn't do that too much, because otherwise I would get a headache. I remember I did this with a Tesla Model S P90D Ludicrous. I launched a couple of times. I launched many times. I've made a video. I never posted it for some reason. I think it was bare legal. But I got a headache that evening, and I didn't know what the heck was wrong. And I figured out, it went away the next day. I figured it was actually because of all that launching. My brain was getting squished in the skull repeatedly. So that's how brutal Tesla's acceleration is. I haven't even prepared this car for the most performance. I haven't preheated the battery. I only have 83% on the battery here, but it still goes like a rocket. And I guess if you don't want the performance, you can still get the long range and pay for the acceleration boost. Okay, this car doesn't make any weird noises. It has no launch control, but you just step on it. Oh shit. Oh, but you see, it's not just that, because traditionally, yes, people kind of knew it for a while, right? When Model S was raging out there in the old days, you know, 6-7 years ago, that Tesla was fast from zero, but then from 60 kilometers per hour and beyond, then it was kind of slow. Well, not anymore. It just still goes and pulls like crazy. So, you see, this car, as a performance car, it outperforms many other cars in the same price range. Because I remember when I complained about that the classic Roadster was rough. It had a rough ride and it was noisy, and people were like, dude, it's a sports car, what do you expect? So, okay, it's supposed to be like that. All right. So I guess if you have a performance car, then it's supposed to be noisy. Okay, but that means that this one has it all. Okay, so it does 0 to 100 in roughly 3.4 seconds. And if you look in the 1,000 kilometer challenge list, if you look in the acceleration test list and see which car can do it faster than 3.4 seconds, you have Tesla Model S Raven. I haven't tested the Plaid yet. And then you have Porsche Taycan Turbo S and the Turbo. Pretty much those cars can beat this one. All the other cars like Polestar 2 PP is below it. I'm gonna go this way. The BMW i4 M50 is slower than this one. But of course, to 200 kilometers per hour, then they could be more neck on neck. But who drives 200 kilometers per hour that often, right? But from 100 to 150 kilometers per hour, then this car is quite hard to catch. And also, when you look at the price, so you can get away with around 600k NOK in Norway. For that price, the closest competitor would be an i4, right? The BMW i4. i4 rear-wheel drive with similar equipment, not just blinker and manual seat adjustment, but actual electric seats and all that. Even the i4, those freaking noisy fossils. Let me just slow down here so I don't have to listen to that fossil. Even the i4 at 600k, you only get the rear-wheel drive. If you want the all-wheel drive M50, you have to pay roughly 100k more. So in terms of performance, this car is a bargain. But it doesn't just stop there, because it has the range. Like I mentioned, all the other cars, once you get the performance version, it takes a big penalty, and then you suddenly get only 450 kilometers range. This one goes over 500 kilometers range. I haven't even tried the OnlyFans run. Maybe I can go 600 kilometers if I try hard enough. So you see, it has the performance, it has the comfort, it even has the space. Like I can put Cybex e-Priam in the back, in the trunk here, without having to take out the wheels, because it has a deep well, and I even have a frunk here, and it still feels nice and spacious in here, unlike many other legacy automakers where you kind of feel a little bit cramped. So what I'm saying is that this car is not perfect. I mean, it doesn't score the highest score on every category, but it scores really high on many categories. The same, pretty much the same. I feel like I'm repeating myself, because this is also what I said about the Model 3 SR Plus. But it's just that one is in a lower price range, but they were also competing against other cars. But even this one here, which you have to consider a performance car, it's also performing so well. You can't really compare this one against something that is not that fast. That's fast. The German in me comes out. No, so in that regard, what you should do is compare whatever your car you want to compare it against Model 3 long range, for example. But even the Model 3 long range is, in many cases, faster than many other performance versions out there. So I don't know, man. And then, okay, here we have, okay, I don't have the premium connectivity, so we can't see the satellite map. Oh, I had an i3 behind me, he just disappeared. Oh, I just love doing this. And you see, oh, okay, I love the SR Plus for what it is, right? It's so good car for the money. It's so good range for the money. You can go at least 450 kilometers. No, I think actually you can go almost 500 kilometers with the SR Plus nowadays, with the big SR Plus 60 kilowatt hour. But it's not all-wheel drive, and it doesn't have the power. And for me, I'm a speed demon. I like this power, even though I don't use it that much. But especially when I'm driving with wifey, then I take it easy. But when I drive alone at night, I hammer it. Then the barely legal in me comes out. And as you saw initially, you can, like on roads like this, you can use Autopilot, and it works so great. Tesla Autopilot is king. It's so much better than all the other systems. And I also felt lately that it does less and less of the phantom braking. So really, what is it more to ask, right? You have so good car, so good space. The arguments against Tesla, they are getting less and less, or they are getting, or just eliminated many times. So I'm just so impressed of what you get with this car, and I don't know why not more people want it. But I think actually the reason why the Model 3 Performance doesn't sell that much compared to, for example, long range is probably because most people they are happy with the long range, and also but I think actually many people are not aware of it, that the long range. Well, I'm getting back to the same place again, but because back in the days, at least, the performance was kind of harsh, you know. So you know that, okay, you get the performance, but then you have to sacrifice the comfort, and it's kind of noisy, and it becomes even noisier. But now I feel like this car is better than the long range with 18-inch wheels. I actually tried the other day. I tried a 2020 Model 3 long range with the same tires and the same rim, because I wanted to test acceleration boost. And I noticed that car, which was just 1.5 years older than this one, had significantly more noise. Wait, I have to hammer. Every time I come here and in the ramp, I have to hammer. Oh, man. So I don't know what Tesla did really with this car versus the other one, but that's why I had to make this video. I had to highlight that they have done something, that this car is now great, and then if you want the performance, you can go for it, and there's almost no compromise. You get more speed, you get maybe the loop, you get the red brake calipers, you get the spoiler, you get the underline, unless you buy from eBay and put it there. I think my neighbor did it. He has an SR Plus, and he put the dual motor with the red underline on the back there. So I was like, sneaky. Yeah, but yeah, let me just go another route here. I'm gonna go home now. I'm done talking. So what I'm saying is that if you want a performance car, which this one is, then you should consider Model 3. It's so fast, it's so fun to drive, it's so comfortable, it's so spacious. It's like usually when you buy a performance car, you have to make some compromises. Lower range, more noise. Like, what was it again? I tried. Yeah, it was the e-tron GT. Nice car, good looking car, but it was noisy, because it had fat tires. I guess I could put skinny tires on it, but then maybe the braking performance would be worse and the traction performance would be worse. You can, of course, buy a Taycan and you can put skinny tires on it, but then how well will it do it around the track or when you have to brake hard, right? So I feel like here, like I said, no compromise. Just go for it. If you consider a Tesla, why there's a policy? Why do I keep seeing policy every time I hammer it? We heard there is a white Tesla Model 3 hammering around our number. Could be Teslabjorn, so to watch out for him. I didn't see nothing. See here, we can just use Autopilot. Huh? Do you like this shit? Yeah. No, but really, I'm just so impressed of how Tesla keeps improving the cars, making them better and better, and listening to the customers. So if you want to buy a Model 3, okay, switch to night now. If you want to buy a Model 3 and you want the power, then go for this. But okay, keep in mind that if you go for the Model 3 Performance, the brake calipers are larger than the long range, and that means that you have somewhat limited selection of rims you can use. For example, you can't use those ugly 18-inch with the wheel caps on this one. It won't fit. But you can use some T-Sportline or some other non-original rims that is not 20-inch. Well, let me see, how is this again? Yeah, 19-inch original rims is supposed to fit on this one. But if you want to go for 18-inch, then it doesn't work from Tesla at least. But then you can get some third party that's actually electric bus, by the way, BYD. So you can even go for 18-inch on the performance. But you see, before, in the old days, the reason why I went for 18-inch on my Model 3 Performance was because the ride was so harsh and it was kind of noisy. And then when I went for the 18-inch, then it was a very good compromise. But now, since the ride is better and the soundproofing is better, you can actually drive around with 20-inch. But of course, you might get some curb rush. But if you go for, let's say, 19-inch, then I think that might be a good overall balance. Or if you want to go crazy, you can get some kind of 18-inch T-Sportline or whatever. I haven't seen those. I just dropped that name, just dropped in my head when I think about this. But also, another option you could go for is you can buy a long range and then you upgrade it with the acceleration boost. It costs 18.5k NOK in Norway. I don't know about other countries, maybe around $2,000 or euros, roughly. Then you don't get this kind of acceleration. It goes from roughly 4.5 seconds to it goes from, at least on paper, it goes from 4.4 seconds to 3.9 seconds. Whereas this one does it in 3.45, yeah, roughly, right, 3.4. So, but it's still, with long range with acceleration boost, still feels quite brutal. But I measure it on ScanMyTesla that you don't get higher peak power, but it seems that you get that power for longer instead of just an initial jolt. So that could be a good compromise. Get the long range. Okay, you won't get the beefier and nicer looking brakes, but if you're not planning on tracking, then it doesn't matter really. But if you go for a long range with acceleration boost, then you can use 18-inch. If you want to maximize comfort and efficiency with that efficient wheel caps, right? So that's also one option, and it's still blistering fast. And even if you go for that option, the long range with that acceleration boost, you still have roughly, you have 0 to 100 in roughly 4 seconds, 3.9 to 4 seconds, which is in the Taycan 4S LAN. Or like even the Polestar 2 PP with a performance boost can't even match that one. So you get, it's like you get sheep. No wait, you get wolf in sheep's clothes, right? The other legacy automakers, the performance versions of them, they are kind of like the sheep in wolf's clothes. It looks beefy. It has the AMG badge. Okay, no hating on Mercedes. I love Mercedes. I'm just making an example. You have the AMG badge, the M badge, but it doesn't go that fast compared to Tesla. Well, that's just how it is, right? I know you guys don't like it. You guys are gonna hate on me, but I'm just saying it as it is. Don't kill the messenger. I'm just the messenger. But of course, I just have to point out, all right, because you guys are gonna hate and say, well, like I said, Tesla is not the best on everything. When it comes to comfort, okay, it could be better, like Mercedes or BMW. When soundproofing, okay, it could be better. And some people don't like one screen here, okay, fair enough. Some people want to have a head-up display, okay, fair enough. I actually like this just fine. I've gotten used to this. I don't need head-up display. Oh, that guy, hey, your fly is open. That soul forgot to close the charge port. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna go home now. I think I'm done for the day. So let me see. Can I do a U-turn here? Or can I U-turn here? No, I can't. Wait. Let me just. Okay. And then we launch it. Okay. And then let's not go too barely legal here. So yeah, you see, because if I would buy a Model 3, which one would I go for? S Plus, I like it. It's good value for money. But like I said, I'm a speed demon. So then, and also I like all-wheel drive because, okay, the rear-wheel drive kind of slips a little bit, or limits the power because it slips a bit if it's wet outside or something. So that's why I like dual motor. Once you go black, you go dual motor, then you never go back. And then, do I go for performance or long range? I think I will actually go for performance. You see, Teslas are everywhere, selling like hotcakes. Yeah, but there's another Tesla over there. You can't see it. I can see it. There's Teslas everywhere, man. And I fully understand because these cars, they are awesome. I've tested so many cars out there, and every time I come back in the Model 3, I'm like, damn, Tesla did a damn good job designing this car. And the flaws they had, they improved them. You know, there was even one video, I opened the trunk and the water ran into the trunk, right? People were making fun of it, but that was back in the days. Oof, I don't remember, 2-3 years ago, wasn't it? Or earlier? Well, Tesla fixed that. They added some extra rubber seal, whatever, rubber things to, so now you don't get that problem, you know? So Tesla keeps improving the cars. Yeah. And there was even one guy, he emailed me, his name, I think it was from Iceland. I can't pronounce his name. But he used to own a Leaf, and he had I don't know what other cars he had. And then he was like, should I get the Tesla? And then he bought the Tesla SR Plus before the price upgrade, up. And he said he is so happy with the car, and I totally understand him. So, yeah, I think I'm just gonna end it here at Folkets Kebab, where even though the Folkets Kebab has been gone for a long time, it's just a sign here. It's Texas Burger. Wait, what is it really? I'm not sure. Is it Texas Burger? Is it for? Wait, let me check here. Wait, I've been stopped. No, my bad. It's Folkets Kebab. Texas Burger is gone. G-U-N. It's Folkets Kebab. Yeah. And also this large backup camera here. And I'm going to show you something, by the way. I think there's some new things that Tesla should fix eventually, because we don't have 360 camera. Would be nice to have 360 camera, right? Yes, but in a way you kind of have 360 camera-ish, because if I do this, and if I do this, and I want to go nose in, normally I don't want to go nose in, because then I don't have backup camera support. But you can actually do something like, let me see, you can have the camera up now all the time, even if you're going at high speed. Not many cars can do that. But when you go like this, I'm going to show you here, you have the side repeaters there. These are originally only meant for Autopilot, but Tesla enabled it. You can also use it to view it. So they keep improving the car based on user feedback. But see here, you actually see left and right side here. So you kind of have some kind of 360 camera-ish. How awesome is that? I can kind of see that, well, I'm fairly fine. And I wonder if Tesla could make some kind of software to make some 3D out of this ish. But then I don't know if the front camera has wide enough angle to paint a picture in the front here, because now we have rear and side. We just need some kind of front also. So but normally those 360 camera, those cars that actually have true 360 camera, they have the camera in the front, and then you get lots of schmutz. At least here it's protected by the windscreen. But anything is possible, right? So yeah, I think that's gonna wait. Now I don't have backup. You can just do it. Okay. So I think that's gonna be it. Again, guys, thank you guys for watching. This is awesome. The reason why I made this video is to show you how awesome this car is, and that I will. I could just keep talking. Like, I love EQS, for example. EQS is awesome. It has superb comfort. If I had the money, I would strongly consider buying the EQS. But the problem is that if you start speccing up with all the goodies you want, then it becomes expensive. 1.4 million NOK. I don't know if it is even more expensive, want all the goodies. And then you can buy 2 of these cars, and this car is faster than the EQS. And this car also has some nicer feature that the EQS doesn't have. For example, this one has heat pump and it has heat scavenging. EQS doesn't even have heat pump, and it doesn't heat scavenge, not much, at least as far as I know. And this car even works as a family car. So it has a space, you can put baby stroller in there, you can put baby seat here, no problem. And the disadvantage with performance is not there anymore. It's still fairly comfortable. So I'm just blown away by this. So that's why I tell you guys, if you consider buying a Model 3 long range, and you are thinking about, is the performance any good? Well, try one. And then you might like it or you might not like it, but at least you have tried it. And what you heard in the past might not be true anymore. about the whole, you know, bad comfort, noise and all that. So anyway, I think I just have to end here, otherwise the video will be too long. So I think that's going to be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.